Hello, Matthew Williams with a video to talk to you about the whatever it's called circle, the Crooks Plantation formation, and to break it down and see whether there's any mistakes in it. So in the photo, as you see here, it doesn't look too bad, and you'd be forgiven for thinking that there wasn't any problem with this formation, but when you actually start to look at it closely, you realize that there are obvious tolerance errors going on. So let's have a little look closer. What I've done is I've rotated this to the right, as you can see in this shot, so I'll close this one down. So this is aligned along the central axis from the center point to the top, and then as you sort of zoom in you can start to spot some errors. Obviously these pieces here, this is straight away, are not the same size as these pieces here. So that's big, medium, small, medium, small, medium, small, 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 so the sizes are wrong, and that's just the start. So if we give ourselves a central point, and let's imagine that where the center of the circle is, so let's get a bit smaller on this. So let's say that there is the center of the circle. Okay, now then that will allow us to draw with the grid mode on. We can just double check this. We can draw all the way to the top of the formation. Okay, so we do that with line mode. Line. So in the center of the formation we can draw all the way to the top, and we can do the same, drawing all the way to the bottom. Now, first thing to notice then is where the alignments go wrong. So first thing you can notice down here is that this point, oops, I'll have to come back to this. Sorry, somebody at the front door. So anyway, you can see that this bit here and this bit are slightly out of alignment, and this circle is definitely out of alignment. This line though does appear to be in alignment, so that it's actually starting the circle in alignment there. If you go to the top, we can see that there's not really much alignment there, but we have got 13 sections, but I think that's been randomized by the fact that there are tolerance errors. You can see that this bit here, let's get rid of the grid, this bit here is also out of alignment. Now the interesting thing is that this tip is out of alignment, but where the sections have actually been put into these small lines, these are very much roughly done. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are okay, and 6 is well out, and then this one is minor, and this one is the wrong distance, and then this is a different distance, different distance, different distance. So these are all out of alignment. Similar problems to the circle we looked at the other day, i.e. this alignment here. For this, let me just draw it. This piece, let's just go on to this. This piece here comes up this far, but this piece here only comes up that far. So not very clever. So yeah, then if we have a look at some other problems we've got here, basically these circles here are not in a straight line from left to right. So if we put the grid back on, so you can see what should be left to right, if we were to draw in the center point, let's do that first. So if we say that this here appears to be the center point, and this here appears to be the center point. This is really wonky. You can see this around the edge. Look, it goes right out and comes back in, and it's a smaller circle, but we'll come to that in a second. So if we put that and that, now if we put the line mode from the center, let's make this 10 if we make the center to this one is obviously at that angle, if we put the line to this one, it's going out at that angle, so it's in two different, it's not even a straight line through the middle. So you know, that's kind of interesting. If we zoom back and we look at the greater scheme of things, there's no reference to the outside at all. That doesn't work. So if we have a look at the eyes, you can see that this eye only comes up to this point here. But this one in this grid comes up a bit higher, so it's nearly there, but it's a little bit of a tolerance error. So we'll, you know, that's more acceptable. This gridding here is quite a nice effect, and is actually, you know, fairly well done. The alignment of the circle here on the outside appears to be aligned more to the left, so you can see it's aligned to the left there. So there's more on the left hand side than there is on the right hand side. This is quite amazing, this bit. I can't get over how wrong this is. Look at this arc here. Let's draw it in. So let's go to line mode. Okay, if we come and draw an arc line out to here, let's draw it from here to here. You can see if we draw another one from here to here, you can see the angular difference between these points, which means that this area here is massive and this area is quite small. So you can see the angular difference. I'll remove them so you can actually see what's taking place. So okay, so have a little look from a distance and you can see that this is a huge area here. So I'll just draw it in for you. This is a huge area here, and this is a much smaller area here. You can see the sizes are radically different and the alignments are wrong. You know, this is right down here and this is way over here. Now this means that there should have been more of these lines here over here, but some may have got flattened by mistake. So initially you wouldn't spot that unless you took a good look. Now these circles on the arc line are completely different to these circles on this arc line. This one appears to be completely out of alignment. As you can see, it should be more here, so it should be more in that position. So let's just take that back out. And this is probably not helped by the tram line being there, which means you've got to be extra careful when there are tram lines. Let's have a look at this alignment. This alignment then throws out this alignment up here. So if you go back to line mode and we draw through to this line, which would be from here, from here right the way through the edge there, and you draw right the way to the edge here, you can see that the angles are slightly different there as well. There appears to be some angular difference in one of these. I can't remember what it is now, I'll come back to that, but there is some angular difference on some of these up here. Or was it these things down the bottom? That's right, no, it was the things down the bottom. Let's go and investigate down the bottom and on the sides. Now some of these lines are not very straight. Okay, this one happens to be. This one's fairly good. Yeah, so that's been used to start it off. But look at these ones, they don't appear to be pointing into the center. And the same for some of these. That one is curved, okay, so not straight. And this one is slightly curved as well. So if we were to experiment with this and see where these lines would go, where do they point to? Do they point to the center? I don't think they will, so let's have a little look. If we take, say for instance, this line
and we draw along the edge of the line, ignoring where it's going to end up. Okay, we just put it on the edge. Watch what happens. If we put it from there to the very edge, it misses the center. Okay, if we do this one from its edge through its edge, and we follow it from edge to edge, look where it would go. So these have obviously been done by eye. That would be my best estimate. If we take, say, for instance, this edge to that edge and through it again, okay, let's find out where they would intersect. Let's find if there's a common intersect point. Okay, nope. Let's see, well, that's obviously curved, so it's a little bit hard for us to do that, but if we go from there through the edge and we carry on, let's see where it would go. So that's through the edge. Okay, so there's no common intersect at all. Let's have a little look on, say, from this edge to that edge and through. Okay, so are we getting any common intersects? Nope, not so far. Let's have a look with these ones. Right, from that edge. Now there's obviously a bit skew if there, so I'm going to correct for the fact that there's a bit of skew on the edge of it by my eye. And let's see where that goes. So that goes to there. Okay, let's try one of these up here. This one's obviously a bit skewed there. You can see a little notch missing. So let's take the grid off just to make it a bit easier to see. So let's go from there to there and through. And what have we got? Nope. No common intersect. So this one looks really off. Look at this. I can see this by eye. Look at this. That's way off. Right, where's this one going to end up? Right, let's go through the edge. Right, let's be fair. Let's be fair. Yeah. Okay, that goes to there. These look very off. Look at this one. Oh, oh, oh. So from there through. Let's find out where its common intersect would be. That's terrible. Look at this. Look at this. Oh dear. Look, that's where its common intersect would be down here. So it's like different points have been used or something. It's just like they're not lining these up, and they're not using a central point as a kind of as a reference. I don't quite know how or why they were kind of doing this. Maybe they lost their center point, but it definitely done by eye, it would appear. You get the idea anyway. So all these don't really line up very well. I mean, look at the wonky. Look at the look at the wonk on the edge. Yeah, it's wonky, wonky. Look at this one, wonk curve. This one here, you can see the sort of thing. It's like going out at an angle there and back in. I mean, if one helps them by straightening it up, you can see. Yeah, see, it's not, if you straighten it up, there's a chunk missing out of that one, so you can actually see where the piece should be. So it just goes to show. It just goes to show that these designs can look quite good even when there's a lot of things going on that either shouldn't be there or are mistakes. People trying to do it by eye instead of using measurement, and it starts to look pissed. It really does start to look pissed. I mean, look at this one. This one doesn't even seem to want to go towards the center. You go from there to there. Look, this one has it's not even pointing in towards the center. It's never going to hit the middle. Like it's going straight up almost. What the hell have they used to do this? They certainly didn't use a laser, and they certainly didn't use a center point. So what exactly have they done in order to line this thing up? The center points, boing, 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 are all over the place. It's just amazing. I just had to bring you this so you'd understand, what was going on here. That this has been done probably by eye to a certain degree. Something not right. Even these arc curves here. If we take this off now, let's take all these these layers off here, so you can get back to a sort of basic. Now this curve here, I would say this curve is completely different to the curve on the other side. So let's turn on the grid so you can kind of see what we're up to. But I think that they would have had to have taken a curve point out. So let's start from this line here, and let's see if I can get this right, and draw a circle down and around. It may not get it exactly on, but this is just to help you see, help you visualize. So jing 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 jing. Oh, that's too big. Something's gone wrong here. Let me just stop that. That's not going to work. Let's try this again. Right. Okay, I mean, you know, it'll kind of need realigning, but it kind of gives you an idea. It's only rough. Maybe I can fill this with a color. Okay, and then maybe we can kind of make this opaque so you can kind of see what's going on. And if I move this shape, to the edge, right, you can see where the curve fits. So you can see that the curve fits up here, but doesn't fit down here. So I think that they've used two curves. So they used that curve there. It fits. What about this curve on this side? Let's see whether it fits on the other side. So they've used two different curves, which is fair enough, but obviously they've made a mistake on the alignment of the curve. But let's just see if we keep the alignment top to bottom there. Let's see if the alignment works. So that's the alignment there. So if I copy and paste it again, and we do another layer, and we make that opaque as well. Okay, and we move that one back where the other one was. So we do it on that line there, and we kind of line it up on this side like this, so you can kind of see what's going on. Oh, just back one. No, that's it. One back one. No, back. No, it's going two. Let go. That's it. Let's have a little closer look down here where these two pieces align. And there you can see, as I was saying to you, the alignments are wrong here as well. So it kind of goes to show that this piece here, this piece in the background, is a lot smaller than this piece. Yeah. So kind of just to illustrate that point to you. So I hope this has been interesting. Sorry about the length of the video, but just to show you that all that glitters is not gold.